Okay, I'm just making sure that I'm live everywhere where I need to be live and that everything is working fine. Hey, 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 hey. Yo, 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 yo.
There's a lot going on here.
There's a lot going on here. So much is going on here, guys. Welcome, everybody, to the Overthinking Football Show. My name is Mokwena. I am your host. And this, of course, is the show where we love South African football. We love African football. And then every now and then we go overseas to check out what is happening that side. Today, of course, we've got a premium Wednesday game. Top of the table clash, unlike some other clashes that have happened. No, I'm joking. Welcome, everybody. Chiefs, Pirates, MAMELODI Sundowns, Bafana, or Bafana are in action. We will be here covering those games. The normal show is every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. This week, welcome. Now, we've got Kaizer Chiefs versus MAMELODI Sundowns, two teams that find themselves in weird positions on the log. MAMELODI Sundowns, number 4, 3 games played, 2 wins, 1 draw, no losses. They've scored 5 goals, they've conceded 1 for a grand total of 7 points. Then, of course, Kaizer Chiefs, on the other hand, is number 2. Makos, number 2. They've played 3 games, they've won 3, they've drawn none, they've lost none. They've scored 4 goals, they've conceded none for a grand total of 9 points. In the last 5 games, Kaizer Chiefs has 4 wins and 1 loss. Last game out being a 1-0 win versus Richards Bay. Then, of course, MAMELODI Sundowns, on the other hand, has 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss. Last game out being Shem. Their draw, their loss, that came versus Orlando Pirates. So, a lot to look forward to in this game. In terms of these two teams having met over the last 5 games. Yeah. There's been no draws. Chiefs has won 1 game, and MAMELODI Sundowns has been able to win 4 of the games. But Kaizer Chiefs lost the last game that these two met against each other, which was in the Nedbank Cup, where they beat MAMELODI Sundowns 2-1. When we look at the starting lineups, you have Williams in goal for Sundowns. You have Morena. You have Cupido. You have Khoza making a return from the COSAFA team. You have Basati making a return to the starting lineup. I think it's his first or second start since he's been at Sundowns. His second or third start since he's been at Sundowns. You have Adams, Mokwena, Allende. You have Sales, Reyners, and Matthews as the starting lineup for MAMELODI Sundowns. For Kaizer Chiefs, you have Peterson in goal. Then you have Marco. Yeah, you have Marco. You have Quinika. You have Miguel and Munyane, as well as Tselem Teto and Shabalala in the midfield, with Dubali Lepo and Modi being the players that are up top. Kaizer Chiefs, of course, will be looking for their 4th win in a row. The last time they went on a run where they won 3 games in a row in the league, they won the league, apparently. This was 2003. So hopefully they can win 4 and we can see what happens from there. When it comes to Sundowns, Cardoso has his doubters, but still unbeaten up to this point, and looking to make a point of his own, after being knocked out of the MTN 8. So, Chan. Sorry, Bogs, thank you for that. The white shirt is too nice, says Ulebza. Even Otiki show minze. Kiminze na? Kiminze.
I'm scared, but I'll try the liver.
I'll tie the liver. Let's see. Who else is here? I see a 3-1. To which team I don't know, says Andres. So, Gent, how are you doing? What's your prediction? I predict the 1-1. To be honest with you, what are your guys' predictions? Tell me there in the comments. The starting 11 is telling me we're going to rely on breaks, says Royal Kev. Why are you not at the stadium? Hey, guys, I'm a single dad, so my son is literally, you can hear him in the background. Lemo, close the door. Close the door. You that side, please. Lemo, close the door. I can hear you, buddy. I'm a single dad, so I can't be going to stadiums in the middle of the week. I have to go watch. Anyway, 2 minutes in. This is going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. What's going to be interesting is I want to see how Marco adjusts to this game. I want to see how Marco adjusts to this game. I want to see how Munyane adjusts to this game. Munyane has been looking like the star player for Kaizer Chiefs for a while. Obviously, the big question is going to be Zita Quinika and Marco obviously coming into this team. Aiden McCarthy has been the star player for Kaizer Chiefs over the past few games, but he is out injured, so you don't have the defensive solidity, which calls into question whether Umtetwa and Cele can work together. Now, what's nice about the setup is that Marco, unlike Cross usually, when Serino's on the pitch, Umarco is going to have the cover provided by Umodi. Umodi is actually a winger that tracks back. So I don't think they're going to be trying to concede from the wings. I don't think they're going to be trying to I don't think they want to leave Marco alone with either Sales, who's on his side, the Reinas, right? So that's a sign that, okay, at least Kaizer Chiefs is aware of that. That's why Modi's on the pitch, in my opinion. I want to see how they set up in terms of that counter, where everybody's going to be placed and where they're going to be running from, because that's going to be an important part of this game. Chiefs generally doesn't have organization when they go forward. They rely on breaks. Now, on Sundowns' side, they have Khoza and Cupido, which is an interesting pairing. I think they're going for a little bit of pace. A little bit of control. The youth of Khoza and what he brings to the game means that he could probably chase Abu Shabalala a little bit better than Elibusa can. A little bit better than who's on the bench here. Yeah, it's just Lubusa really as the defenders, right? They've also gone for Tunyelwa. Basadine, sorry, they've gone with Basadine, which means that they're not going to try play that game where Modi is a player that's going to be losing the ball quite a bit. We know Modiba as a left back hasn't been that good this season. He's been shown off. So I think Sundowns is also looking to transition on Kaizer Chiefs quite a bit, playing that flat back four, and they're looking for longer balls, which you'd expect to go to Sales, but there goes Reinas picking up the ball. That is where they're going to try catch Chiefs. So Chiefs might do well by sitting back a little bit, sitting a little bit deeper than they normally would, and trying to explode out when they play on the counter. That is my assessment of what these teams have. In the midfield, of course, as long as Chiefs doesn't ask Umtetwa to do too much, the last thing you want to do is have him Tetwa build up the ball. Leave it to Utele to be the one that will get the ball and play it up. Fawaz Basadine with a yellow card very early on. Oh, so early, Basadine. So early. How I would target that man right now. So what you'd want from Kaizer Chiefs is for Cele to be the guy who brings up the ball, and from Tetwa's sole role today to be a sort of Makaula defending the back line. That's what you want to see. Cele should be more of a deep line playmaker than an 8, but we've seen that Kaizer Chiefs doesn't usually play that way, which is very interesting. In terms of Allende, Adams, Mokwena, there have been questions about whether those guys can be creative when bringing up the ball, especially without Ribeiro there, who was usually the 10-ish player who can go back and fetch the ball. Those three tend to be a little bit more control, a little bit more defensive. Tebza has taken up that CDM role that was for Ukutsia, so you barely see those shots that Tebza used to take because he doesn't get up the pitch. Adams looked a little bit lost in Sundowns' last games, so that's also going to be a very interesting... Heaven! Kitele ole. Offside. Cele giving away the ball cheaply there. In a very defensive position. I don't know what they called there. Let's see. What are they calling? What are they calling? What is that? I benefited and I have no shame. I benefited and I have no shame. Thank you, Mamelo. I benefited and I have no shame. There was nothing there. Anyway, here comes Sundowns on the counter. Oh, there was a run. Oh, Sales had made a run. Oh, wait, Chiefs' defense. 7 minutes in, they're going all over. Zaza says the way I'm so salty about the weekend, even if we won this game, I wouldn't be happy. High school mistakes as Bafana. Guys, I can't show you the game. This is a watch along. If I show you the game, I will get banned. I do not own any rights to show you any of this game. So I do not have billions, guys. That's namali. To go and fight Tabu Super Sport, so I can't show you that. Calling non-existent offside so early. No, that wasn't anything. That wasn't anything. That was meant to be whatever Sundowns was going to make from that. Sundowns will win. I bet on my team. The sky's the limit, says Tolagele. Tembenjani says, what's the score here? I just got here. No, it's 0-0. It's still 0-0. Relax, boy. Relax. It's okay. You don't have to shake. It's still too early to shake. Oh,
Khakaze.
What Khakaze? Why you Khakaze, my brother?
Relax, Goat. It's just 7 minutes in, man. Oh, Nkosiami. Oh, the defending. Yo Namawe. Mamelodi Sundowns with a chance there. A ball played in, then it kind of bobbled inside the box. A high bobble, which was reached by Usales, I believe it is, who tried the first move. Rainbow flick over. Reyners wins the header. Yo. Miguel uyenzani, boy. Give Miguel. Or Kimako. Give Miguel. Miguel uyenzani, Brian. Oh, hey. Hey, they've got no composure at the back. They've got no composure. That last little bit right before that chance, that defense was all over the place. We needed McCarthy, says Soweto Gent. Shubile, says Utolagele. Chiefs to win, says MK. Okay, Marco. Not Mtetwa. Where's Trele? Come back, somebody. We are Luduba. Chalagale says, Sales is a danger man. Once we score, I'm gifting big time. Gift now. Guys, send gifts if you can send gifts. Tattoo and okay, negative football. Nah, man, I don't like this. Bafana, why are we playing the ball through Tattoo in the first place? Why are we playing the ball through Tattoo in the first place? That's my question. Like, obviously, you see now in this set right now, Utebs is very limited because he doesn't have a lot of space. You have to press them smart, right? There we go. Hi, Modi, we are guy. Paul Marco. Oh. Header by Duba is collected by Williams. So Chiefs played it up. Marco showing that maybe he can be. Way. Guys, what's happening, Mikel? What's going on? Anyway, Chiefs wins the ball back up high. Marco plays across, got into Duba. Duba headers it straight to Williams. Sundowns goes back on the counter. A ball is played through. Miguel is unaware of the chasing man and he's trying to signal for the goalkeeper to come. Peterson having to come out and sweep a keep. Kari last minute. Guys, yeah, Mona. I like the crossing. I think if Abomteto can provide adequate cover, you could push Marco up. It does seem like he's more relaxed and maybe he can find that cross that we've been looking for. Well, that Chiefs has been looking for ever since they've tried to make cross push up. So maybe Marco can be a gift in disguise here in attacking sets. But you're going to have to cover him, especially if he does move up. I guess that is Nebi's tactic. One of Nebi's tactics is that he likes his left back to be a left wing back, almost a left wing, and joining the attack from the width perspective. But it does leave a lot of space in behind. And we know that Reyners loves that space in between the left centre back and the left back. Reyners loves making runs from that area. So Chiefs is going to have to look out, especially if Miguel is not going to be able to keep his man in his mind or follow his man properly. The tracking has been horrendous. Ox doesn't like playing progressive passes. I would prefer Ngobo to Ox for this game. Sazi, I like the idea of Ox because Ngobo, you could argue even Dovo are not as defensive. I'd want Mtetwa to be a proper 6, a proper CDM, sweeper, somebody who kills the game, right? Covers the defense. Don't give him the ball. Don't give him the ball. So if Ngobo was inside, Cele is already somebody who, when he's playing that defensive six, he tends to get a lot of fouls, right? He tends to get a lot of fouls. He tends to be yellow carded quite a bit. So it becomes sort of a liability when he does play there. So I'm not saying that the players are not good, but defensively, I don't think you'd be getting something from Ngobo, to be honest with you. Maybe Ndlovu, he seems to have an engine, but yeah, we'd just be stuck with the Mart situation again. Mteto must be CDM, period. Miguel is going to cost us. Miguel! Wendy says, I see a red, la. Duba needs header training, that was weak. Well, do you know what's crazy? What's crazy is, that is Mamelodi Sundowns' weakness. So the reason why I usually don't like when the left back pushes up, but what I'm liking from what Marco showed there was just a little bit of composure to put a ball into the box that made sense. Like if Umako was there with Abo Chiva, with Abo Morris, maybe you get something else out of those players. But Sundowns struggled from high balls. You saw it even in the game versus Makesi last week, where they were all over the place when it came to high balls. Williams is not a dominant fetcher of the ball. So if you can engineer some of those chances a bit more, I think you could probably get something here. What I'm afraid of is that counter. I don't know why Sales is playing wide right instead of playing centrally. Come on, Claudie. Come on, Duba. I don't know why Sales is playing wide right, because I think we've all seen and called for Sales to play as a 10 and be maybe not Ribeiro per se, but he can certainly find a pass. He's able to find a pass that a lot of players can't find from the 10. That's what makes them tick on transition, right? It's usually Ribeiro, who's a little bit more dangerous in terms of you have to watch him, you have to make sure he's not going to shoot. But Sales doesn't mind playing a pass. So to see Reyners running centrally, it doesn't make sense, because also Reyners, like I said, is very strong coming in from the width, from the sides. He's very strong. He likes his runs from there. And every time we've seen Reyners play as a number 9, like a straight middle number 9, he's had problems. Anyway, 15 minutes in, it is 0-0. Combination here, Mikelele, Quinika as a red card. Aggressive game. We need a taller number 9, says Aura. Our backline is sleeping, says MK. Low pressure on Chiefs, says Mfana. I prefer Msimango than Quinika, says Soweto Gent. Mara, is he not supposed to do that OT, a sweeper? No. I don't want Miguel to be sweeping. I don't want Miguel to be sweeping. Yo. Defense is really wanting. Too many fundamental mistakes, says Zwelihle. But we are winning, says MK. Ox can't even kick a ball to save his life. I don't know what's happened to Ox, eh? Come on, Dubai. We might get something here. Zobon. Kosi is exciting to watch, man, says Bafana. I just want a draw from this game, says Master GD. Hololoshe says, even Sundowns at the back. No, they're all shaking. Like I said, right now, Pasadena is on a yellow card. If I was Chiefs, all of my attacks would be going up the right-hand side. Every single one would be going up the right-hand side. Chiefs is a left-dominant team in terms of how they like to build up. They'd much rather have the ball build up on the left and have the right-hand side be a final third type of thing. So you'll see Munyani making a lot of late runs, hoping for that switch when they play the ball through the mid and up the side, right? So I would be making Munyani run. There was something they did in the last game versus Richards Bay where they stopped having Munyani running inside and they sort of had him running outside with Claudie and overloading the left back. I think it was the Richards Bay left back. They overloaded that side. That's what you want to see more of, especially now that Pasadena has that yellow card. That is a red card waiting to happen. What's interesting about Sundowns also is that the tracking is off, guys. Hey, the tracking is off. Now Adams is playing as the CDM. Adams is not good spatially, so there's going to be spaces in front when he cycles. Hey guys, Sundowns is struggling to play this ball up, eh? I've never known Sundowns to be so susceptible to a press. Look, another press. Oh, Mtetwa, relax, Mtetwa, relax, boy. How, calm down, relax. Oh, Flavio Silva. Oh, why did he rush it? Relax. You want the ball back. Mtetwa makes a run. Mdu is ready for a reverse. You can maybe take another step. You can maybe chop the ball and beat the defender who's running in from your right-hand side. But of course, again, Ox is not. Ox has a lot to do at Chiefs, and you don't know why. like Ox is. Why is Ox there? For example. But anyway, Wandileti was so bad. I love him, but I know what's his specialty. Siboleke namaqanda. Nginboleke kanjani? Nami ngawafunda. I like my eggs Buccaneers side up. Hugo just here to see Sundowns. You never know. Interesting defensive setup from Chiefs. Cele Mtetwa a bit high, but the wings drop. True. Caruso won't last. Chiefs defense is playing nonsense, says King Sobuza. Ox can't master the basics. But Ox, why not pass? Good play from Mikosi. No, but it's actually what's interesting about what we saw there is that I think ever since this Kukune game, was it which game did there was a game that Sundowns played cheaper. They played cheaper, and cheaper showed us that you can forward press the Sundowns. The Sundowns Caruso is not as good at beating the press, and they fall under pressure. I've often said that the biggest link that's going to be missing from Sundowns this season is going to be Ukutsie. Everything that Sundowns has built, all of the possession play they were doing under Rulani and all of that stuff was built on Kutsie's back, right? So when Kutsie is not there, you don't have a player that's adept at playing the center back role as well as the CDM role. So the nice thing about Kutsie is that you could give him the responsibility to get the first ball and then play it into the midfield. But now, with Utebs are dropping back, it seems as though Adams and Allende aren't able to carry the ball into the other half. They're not able to avail themselves to make that second pass. And when they drop back in, it's the funniest thing. When they drop back in, then there's nobody to play the ball to in the attacking third. Because you're not going to trust Reynas with that ball. For some reason, Sales is not being played there. So now you find the three of them now all playing almost in Sundowns' half. So now you can't get through. It's so crazy. And I guess maybe it might be a tactic from Cardoso to say, let's pull them in and trigger long balls out to Reynas and Matthews. Maybe that's what we need to do. Just trigger that long pass. But it hasn't been happening. Like look at the positioning. So you see where Debs are standing. There's nobody who can get that ball up. There's no one who's open. It's so weird. And then look, now they're in a corner. I've never seen this from Sundowns. And it's Cardoso Sundowns that struggles with the playing out from the back. It's crazy. But I don't want to read that. Sundowns, nipple possession, on that direction, squad depth achieves. I suga matota. Very good pressing from Kosi. Sundowns front three isolated again. Look, there's usually an option. That's why I'm saying that this Cardoso Sundowns can't break a press. They just can't. It's so interesting. I don't understand why Pasadena playing there. Flemingberg destroyed what Pitso built, says Bafana. Wendy says the Kaizer Chiefs goal will come from the left-hand side. True. Chislet is wearing a skipper, yet une fever, uzopila. Maybe udokotela's there to tell him that it's fine, a skipper. Sundowns Leona, to be honest, Tibang, Coordination, let's tap the screen until we score a goal. Yes, let's tap the screen. Guys, remember, this is an interactive show. So halftime, I'm going to let 5 people in. and we'll have a discussion. We'll analyze what's happening. I'll ask you guys to be my analysts. Then in the second half, if we can reach 30,000 likes, I'll leave it open in the second half. Then everybody will be able to jump in. How do you jump in and add your voice to the show? You press the multi-guest button. Bottom of your screen, there's a button that has a blue figure hugging a pink figure. You click on it, you request, I let you in. Then in the second half, when you reach 30,000, I'll let you have a minute or two to just tell me what you're thinking. I may or may not ask you a question after that. So if you're watching on YouTube, head on over to TikTok if you want to add your voice to the show. But we're only going to do that in the second half. Here comes a long ball from Kaizer Chiefs, far post. Oh, Claudia attacking that ball. 23 minutes in. Relax, I'm Mtetwa. Guys, what's wrong with Mtetwa? I don't understand. What's wrong with Mtetwa? Ngiyaqala iSundowns edlala kanjena mina. Yo, it's like it's like inkombo. Upak says inkombo. Akusinkombo man. Akusinkombo. Mtetwa was a high level player at some point. What's happening to him? Ox is in a rush for what I don't know. Tetwa's always scared. How? I don't understand. The Tetwa from Stellies was very good at the very least to make that first pass. He'd be the guy who'd make the first pass to Abonduli, Abotiyong. Was it Diong at the time? Abonduli at the very least, I think it was. He would make that first pass. Mara, this one, I angmazi, man. How do you guys feel the game is going? Please let me know if you have changed your prediction. Tell me in the comments if you've changed your prediction. What is your prediction? What do you think is going to happen in this game? Right now, we are 24 minutes into this game and we are still nil-nil. We are still nil-nil right now. What is the purpose of playing from the back if it's not working? Sometimes we need to be honest. Look, I think Rulani Sundowns would overload the midfield. So Mudiba would become an extra man and you'd have extra people who can touch the ball before it gets to Allende. Having Allende, oh, there's the ball. There's the ball. Aye, Allende, that's the wrong pass. That's the wrong pass. That's not the run that Pasadino's making. That's not the run. So it would be to overload. Like I said, Kutsia gets the ball from Williams. He can turn into a midfield that has a Mudiba already helping him out. So now you've got Mudiba, you've got Kutsia, you've got Mokwena, you've got Allende, you've got Tshwane. In that midfield, there's 5 people that can play the passes. Allende would just be the small little link between the lower, just the lower defense and the midfield, that midfield gap. Yabo Tshwane wouldn't have to go all the way back because Allende would be the link between him and Kutsia and Mudiba, for example. So they'd all help each other. This one, this one I don't know. Truth be told, Sundowns fell off, says Letabo. Oh, Letabo, you put your full name up. Here comes Munyane. Ball played in. Mdu. Okay, Mdu wins it. Marco. Marco. I must say, I was a doubter of Marco. But he seems to be, that man running behind. He seems to be composed. He's very composed. Still going to be caught out on a transition, but he's very composed up top. He's calm. He's calm. Yes, if they kill Sundowns, Babuleli bafana as well, says Ndlovu. Big club pressure. Can you just imagine what Vilakazi is going to do once he comes in? Sundowns playing helicopter football a bit. Anglazile is Sundowns. Reyners on the pitch. Reyners is on the pitch. You know, again, if you're going to play so slow, just play Shalulile, man. Just play Shalulile. Just allow Shalulile to play. I feel for Bruce. Allende is good, but sometimes his balls cost us in slowing the game down. He doesn't have options. He doesn't have options. Like I said, he doesn't have the overload. Allende wasn't for carrying the ball or doing anything crazy. He was just a link player. Kebza was a bodyguard. Now they're asked to do things that they're not used to. I think the balance with having Adams might be the link that's missing. Maybe you'd want to see what might happen if you put in an Obas and make him the 6 and allow Tebza to play an 8 with Allende. Twin 8 behind the sails, let's say. Bring the Tlaku on, will bring Vilakazi, says Bafana. In Nabu, we believe from last year to this time, we are heading to the glory days, says MK. MK, too early. Amanda talked of pockets of spaces, Chiefs not realizing. Oh, here comes Sundowns. Hey, Pasadin. Aye, Pasadin. Guys, do you think it was a mistake for Pasadin to join Sundowns? He doesn't seem to fit the style. It doesn't seem to fit the style. How do you guys feel about Pasadena at Sundowns? Tell me there in the comments. Every time I see Sereno, it's hard to believe he's 34, says Master GD. We have the car parked outside the stadium to take the coach and his brother Fleming back to the airport, says Big Brother. Hi, Mara. One bad cross and OT. No. Butali, understand what I'm saying. It's the fit. We know Pasadena is a great player, but it's the fit. I think he's struggling a little bit. Oh, who punched him? Who punched him do now? Sub leader. Sometimes you just don't fit in a team. You can be a great player, Mara. The way that they play, what they want to do, I don't know. I don't know what Pasadena looks like in possession. We haven't seen him like that. Even now, he breaks free and he's expected to cross the ball. To who? You know? But anyway, here comes Sales. Hey, Morena's become a defender today. Hey, wait now. Nice clearance. Okay, let's see. I would like to see him at Pirates, maybe Pirates. You need Ntunyelo in this kind of game. Yo, Angaz in Sundowns. Pasadena belongs to cheaper. Wow. OT Pasadena is why I say teams buy what they don't need. Africa Spring says football standard was so low in the last 8 years. We thought Sundowns was good. Just wide from Sundowns. Mara Africa Springs. I think the problem is that people. My problem with the league was that it felt as though the league had made the Sundowns game a walkover game. I'm not saying that Sundowns wouldn't win all those games, but what I'm saying is it was like a walkover. Sundowns always had weaknesses. How many times on this show we've spoken about the left-hand side, the left-hand defense, the left-hand side of defense of Sundowns? Today, to be fair, it's not that bad, but the left-hand side has been a problem for years. Nobody was willing to exploit it. It's only when Sundowns, It's only when Sundowns went and faced teams who don't fear them, like paralyzing fear, that are willing to, okay, let's play some football, that you saw something. But they've always had weaknesses. And again, guys, please don't take it as though I'm saying every team would beat Sundowns. I'm just saying that nobody was willing to do that. It was almost like teams. I remember interviewing coaches, speaking to coaches, and they'd be like, yo, you get to Sundowns and you're just like, I'm just going to enjoy watching what they're doing. And I'm like, Mara, you're a coach. You're a coach. What do you mean? Enjoy. You have to go win or get some points here. What do you mean you're enjoying? You know? And maybe this season, we're seeing some teams be a little bit fearless with Sundowns. Gift and a curse. How is Down still having the majority of the possession with only one shot? It's because the possession doesn't move into dangerous spaces. Like this Sundowns is so against playing the ball early, playing the ball through. It's so weird. And that's what I'm saying. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and maybe they're trying to lure the team to them so that they can hit them on the counter quickly. But even that we haven't really seen, if we're being honest. Says Chica Saba is Stellenbosch Sundowns manje. Amara Stellenbosch Leon has fallen off. Duba gives me Sereno vibes, short temper. Pasadena would make sense at Orlando Pirates, where he could support from under. Yeah, actually, I think you could play the Hotto role. Ay Sundowns yateka ifana nerun leningizimu. Again, Allende with the wrong pass. Chiefs need to protect him to do that at all costs. I'm Mtuageko in this game, eh? Mtuageko in this game. Dark arts. So tell the ref, this is number 3. You know, Sundowns does that very well. Mara ref is the 3rd one. I fear how the current Sundowns will affect our national team. This season is going to be all about patience. Chiefs should relax. Titus and Dionka, MTN 8 final. I'm scared, says Master GD. Aye. Stellies, Axis Stellies, I see tshwane, man. They're a good team, though. Still a good team, but they're not as potent. Okay, here we go. There's such a big gap. Right in front of that Sundowns defense. There's such a big gap. Look at Tash. Tash made a run there. I can guarantee you, if you make a run off of Miguel's shoulder, you can get the ball in behind if you make a run. Miguel has no awareness of what's happening around him. He's a good, I'm looking at the ball defender, but when it's played in behind him, he chases the ball too much. VAR by the cameraman. As scoreboard shows. Really? Bafana is gonna miss. Guys. You guys don't give Hugo Bruce credit for anything, eh? Look. You've got the ball. Who's coming to collect? And then who's making the 3rd man run? Hey, Chiefs, don't allow that ball. You can't allow that ball, Chiefs. You cannot allow that ball. So what happened there was similar to when Sundowns was playing, I think it was Supersport last year, where Supersport wasn't pressing, but they were just standing almost in a formation type thing, and they were just daring Sundowns to play through them. And what Sundowns started doing was to play a very long ball all the way through to Ribeiro. So Williams would look for a very long ball through to whoever is playing in the 10. But the problem was that Supersport would just pick up that ball, they'd pick it off up until they got a little bit disorganized. It's the toughest thing to play versus Sundowns, I guess, is to be concentrated for 90 minutes. And a lot of teams can't stay concentrated for 90 minutes. So that literal ball there is not meant to happen. Now I see the players of Sundowns are doing this on purpose. Q-Boy. Adams is static. The most anticipated season across all leagues. What a time to be a football fanatic. I know Sales is playing for the wrong Sundowns, says GT. Guys, Bafana will be fine, guys. Bafana will be fine. It's not like Hugo Bruce was playing Sundowns' system in the first, in Bafana. Not with Mahopaldinho. And the long ball. I see a draw coming, says it's Pine. Shabalala is being targeted, says Bongani. Brenner says Sundowns is no longer the same. Prisky says straight win, Sundowns. Straight win. Any Tembile Sundowns, 36 minutes in. We're getting now into the critical phases of the game. Critical phase because it's right before halftime. It's when teams are now thinking of either consolidating and waiting out their 10 minutes or 12 minutes. It's now when teams are thinking they can maybe steal something towards the end. It's where concentration goes. So in the last 10 to 12 minutes, if Chiefs choose to sit back like they're doing now, they could concede right before halftime. As you can see, Chiefs has gone back 2 backs of 4 with the 2 in front of them. It's allowed Double Khoza to take a step up. What I would advise Chiefs to do is to have the ability to, when they win the ball back, there has to be an outlet. And that has to be Duba, that has to be Lilepo, or somebody with some pace, so that you can also keep Sundowns honest. You have to keep them honest. You can't defend and just defend for the sake of defending. So a lot of the time, teams concede at this point because, again, they're trying to consolidate. We've got 10 minutes. The scoreboard is there. Let's try and manage this game. And they allow too much pressure to come their way. What was that back pass for? I don't know. But this is where people make mistakes. So look at Sales. Look at where Sales is standing. That was, did you see sales? There was a signal to Mtetwa to leave sales. Oh, if you could turn Reinas. If you could turn Reina, but that's not your thing. Oh, nice one, Modi. Who's that? Oh, ho, ho. Claudia Lilepo taking a shot there. Taking a shot there. They were trying to catch Sundowns off. Set piece. Sundowns struggles with set pieces. Can Chiefs do something here? With the height of Abu Lilepo. Oh, what a shot. Straight down the middle, but what a shot. Sundowns, Isafani says BK. I'm a fan of Pirates. I want Sundowns straight win, says Prisky. Nice one, Modi. That's no. I like our defense. What was that back pass for? We're seeing the real Williams today, says Wendy. How? Nilisa, people. Sundowns. Oh, there's the counter. There's the counter. There's the counter. Oh, Nkosiami. There's the counter. Okay. Hey, mistrap by Matthews. Mistrap by Matthews. Okay, no, we're back. Back it. Shot there. Saved by Peterson. Critical phase, guys. It all goes down. This is when it all goes down. Oh, Chiefs. Well, it's a little lapse of concentration. A little lapse of concentration, then you'll be caught out. Just a small, just a little bit. Shame. Sundowns was waiting for this. This is what they wanted. This is what they wanted. But Matthews fails to control the ball. But you want it dramatic. It's still 0-0, Nelly. It's still 0-0. Aka says sky is the limit. Let's see. Ball played in from the corner. Khoza gets to the ball, but headers it over. He headers it over. Peterson, be brave. 2 Sundowns, straight wins, says Prisky. No, that was a wasted corner from both sides. It was a wasted corner. Debs. Hey, Debs are trying to place it there. Peterson gets to it. So that cycling of having Tebza now go forward, I think they're looking for that from Tebza. I don't know how much they're going to do it. But that's what Tebza's looking for. Okay. Trapela. Be with the outside of the foot. Trap with your left foot so you can go. Ulisa pile. Yes, South African players sometimes. Fancy side instead of just taking it down. Oh, anyway, ball played by Quinika. 5 minutes. This is where teams usually concede. Please tell me why Peterson's always kicking the ball away. Modi needs to learn how to shoot like Lilepo. Goal is coming, says Prisky. Peterson is very good. Sundowns playing Route 1. That's what I don't understand from Sundowns in this game. Sundowns is usually a far better pressing team. Oh, there comes a chance again. They're a far better pressing team. So what pressing does, oh no, Modi. Unnecessary foul there, unnecessary yellow card. And you're doing so well looking after Mark. Oh, what an unnecessary yellow card. Yeah, you had to kick Morena. Morena was gone there, but Morena was still going to face a defender. You could have been a support player there. What's the score? It's 0-0, guys. 0-0. The centre-back situation at Bafana is going to be tough if everyone is fit. True. Dotley still has to come back. McCarthy put his hand up. Kekana is somebody who's always there. Abosbisi are up for it. Abombogazi have a hand. Hey, yeah, no, it's going to be very tough. Peterson wants to confuse us not to keep looking for a goalkeeper. That is not a yellow, says CJ. You should have left Matrapana there. I'm scared this becomes a goal, man. You don't wanna concede these things now. Oh, Duba, get ready to run. Duba, get ready. Where's Duba? Duba, Truchela Muto, get ready to run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who's the pressure valve? 9, 10, 11. Everyone behind the ball. Can one person be ready to take advantage of this? Just one person. Okay, here comes the free kick from Mamelodi Sundowns. To the right, to the left-hand side of Chiefs' defense. There comes the set play. Not a good ball. Not a good ball. Okay, let's see. Let's cut trap a ball or just look for the pass. There's no time to, oh gosh. Duba, don't fight. Oh, hey. Duba, don't fight. Why must there always be a red card in this fixture? And Duba, it's either going to be Duba. Duba's going to get this red card if he keeps fighting. Sirino's been sent off. I think Umsimango was sent off at some point. Emotional. Who said? Somebody in the comments said that he's too emotional for this game. Way too emotional for this game. 43 minutes in. Let's see if somebody can steal it here. I'm maybe predicting 2 minutes of added on time, so there's still some game to play. Leave it. Hey, wait, now Matthews, wait. Matty Matthews is overrated. I don't think, Dr. T, I don't think he's overrated. I think he's limited. So when you ask some players to do too much, like for example, if you ask Reyners to play 1-2s and drop back, he's very limited. But if you can give Matthews, even though he misses, if you can give Matthews more of those tap-in type things on transition, that's what he thrives on. I think Matthews is one of those players that you don't need to give him too much time on the ball or too much time to think. The moment he has too much time to think, he's not quite there. He's an instinctual player, him and Reyners. That's why they used to work together so well with Ribeiro on a counter. Let's go. Push. Modi, support. Thank you, Duba. Duba has all the fight in the world, but he's got no grace, man. He's got no finesse. Oshataka finesse. But he can't get that final ball after doing that. Serena and Da Silva subs are needed. No, Da Silva's not on the bench, guys. Oh, he is ready. Sorry, he is ready. Da Silva. I'm sorry. Da Silva is there. Sorry about that. Okay, let's see. 2 minutes, yeah. Like I said, 2 minutes added on. Let's see. Why is Allende pressing? Sundowns does very weird things under Cardoso. I don't know why Allende's that far up the pitch. And Sales is playing as a wing. Lilepo doesn't care. Lilepo is Saile 2.0. Passing. It's hard. Chiefs can push this far with Sundowns. I promise there's a possibility for a win, says Hlebogazi. It's going to come down to the subs. Nebi is shaky when it comes to his subs. That's the only problem. Ill discipline, the kids are out of order. Uya Saba, it's a big game. Duba doesn't learn, he's always dirty. Is Shalile playing or still on the bench? Shalile is on the bench. You just hate... Oh, I hate Sundowns. Okay, well done to the Spices adding. What changed after the Club World Cup? I don't know, but I think there is some questions about Ribeiro not being there. Okay. Far post. Oh! Offside. Okay, that looked cool if that was a proper thing. Ashley might replace Duba, not De Silva. Depends on what you want to do. We're underestimating Chiefs. Underestimate Chiefs at your own risk, says Ufistos. We have to be honest about him. Yeah, he's not in the game. No, he's Sundowns got Steve Compella. Luando says this game needs some spark. I don't think we're gonna get spark now, guys. We are heading to halftime. We are at halftime right now. Evan. Can we open? Why are you embarrassing me when there's guests? Okay, let's see. Um, we are at halftime, guys. It is halftime. 0-0 so far. Sinje, Showstopper, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm all right, man. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. I think I agree with a lot of people that are saying this game is a little bit too emotional.
Yeah.
I think some of the players they just need to share just a packet of ice blocks on top of their head and cool down, you know. The truth be told that, hey guys, I think we are seeing a funeral of Rulani Sundowns.
Yeah.
I think this year, memorial service, unveiling of the tombstone, hey, how we are bearing it. How we are bearing it. But anyway, I think both teams are a little bit disjointed.
Yep.
I think both teams are. I think maybe we put too much expectations on this game. But yeah, I'm interested to see the subs. Lilepo is shooting is he shoots on target. He hardly shoots. I think also decided. I think when you talk about Umthetwa on that high press, if you look at how we won that Nedbank thingy with how he stole blocked that ball from Umbokas, you could see
Yeah.
was very high punch. Yeah, high pitch. So I think it's a nappy game to have a six that is pressing very high. But I think the truth of the matter is this: is Mtetwa the right profile for that? I don't think so because he's not accurate with his passes and the decision making when he's high up. Like for instance, that shot, man, he should have passed instead of taking that shot, knowing fully well that he's not Lilepo. You know, I would be comfortable with Lilepo taking a shot at that range rather than Mtetwa. I don't understand the partnership come Mtetwa and Ocele.
Yeah, who's doing what? Because it seems like Mtetwa's everywhere. And Mtele has
Yeah,
gone quiet a little bit.
I don't know what's going on between those two. It's like anyazi ukuthi abazwani noma benzani. I don't feel the chemistry between the two. Other than that, I think Chiefs is closing the taps on Sundowns left, right, and center. You know, I want to see what Cardoso is going to come up with. I think
Okay.
Chiefs is really putting traps in perfect places. They are winning the ball in perfect places. It's becoming very physical. I'm impressed. Lastly, I'm impressed with how physical this young boy is. Uchabalal, I think he's putting his body on the line. He's covering the ball. He's putting the shoulders in very low. That's good. That's good. I can't see when
Okay.
Dupree's coming. He's gonna be another dynamic. Silva another dynamic. I can't wait for the second half, man. I can't wait for the second half.
Stibo, welcome to the show. How are you?
Mr. Umti, hi.
Why are you saying hi? Ungamini, man.
Hey, I thought I'd never see the day that Sundowns is playing like this. Yes. Chiefs is
Yeah.
playing like Sundowns, playing Shushan and Piano Chiefs. Hey, Sundowns is playing Chiefs way. About 10 years, the way Chiefs was playing 10 years ago. Hey. Serious. Last season, Chiefs was playing like this. I can't also keep plumber. But I'm proud, you know. The match is actually an emotional match right now, you know. A lot of emotions to it, but I like it because Chiefs is playing the right way, you know. And Sundowns, I think a player who's actually doing so well on Chiefs side is Lilepo. Lilepo is on fire.
Okay.
And I think what's interesting is Utuba. He's covering the space. He's like a defensive striker. He has to come and defend. I like that. And also, in the defense is actually not leaking. I like
Okay.
that also. But on Sundown side, Pasadena is off. Almost all the Matrapa is off. Yeah, I think Mokwena, at least. The front three, says at least. But hey, I can't also keep plumber. Now people is on the road, Papa. Happy New Year.
Hey, Unabi. Namazi Nabi.
We're taking this league. We are taking this league. Hi.
Hey,
Taking this
okay.
league.
Okay,
No
let me
problem.
Let me bring in. Let me bring agent in. Agent, my brother. Are we jihading? Are we shaloming?
Both, eh? Both. I know a coach when he's leaving. I know a coach is leaving.
Why, agent?
No, I've seen it before with Umangoba. I've seen it. You know me. When I tell you that the coach is leaving, just know that I've seen it. I know. I saw it with the rulani when he was leaving. I saw it.
Yeah.
I know when a coach is leaving. I'm not saying Caruso out, but I know when a coach is leaving. He starts to overthink certain things that are supposed to be simple. He starts overthinking them. No, I'm defending the coach. I'm still Caruso in, but when the team is not playing for you, I can see it.
Okay.
I can see it. The thing that is overthinking is Sundowns under him have been a team that plays a downside triangle, right? When we are defending, what tabs is at the bottom of that triangle. When we are in possession, Jaden or Allende comes down to that bottom of that triangle.
Okay.
Why do that? Because we know Otebo is not press resistant. Right? Now we see the coach now trying to make Teboho to always be there at the bottom of that triangle, whether we're in possession or not. And we know that Uteboho it can't work. And I'm seeing something funny. I saw it before, but now it's, I don't want to say it's a coach running out of ideas, it's a coach panicking.
Okay.
If you see, Allende has been on the side of Matthews more than I've ever seen in his game. So
Okay.
we play in a system where when we're in possession of the ball, looks like we expect our wingers to come into the 10 position, and we let our eights become wingers. Something which scratches my back because it doesn't work. And again, we are playing two right-footed centre backs. Hence, you are struggling with build-up from the back.
Is it the same build up from the back because they don't have support? It looks like those build up from the backs that are just done because you're building up from the back. There isn't
You know why?
a release.
It's exactly what I'm explaining. That Otebo is supposed to be the pressure releaser, but he's not. He can't release pressure. Otebo, in fact, he increases pressure. And then on top of that, you have two right-footed centre backs. And that does not help your matters, you know. And the one player who you call the pressure releaser, or Allende, is very far away from the side of the action, you know. Hence, I'm saying he's overthinking everything. He's just panicking. I think this is panic mode. Hence, I see. Okay. But let me make this disclaimer. Who said about the Kuzo? I see Chiefs finishing ahead of Pirates. Thank you.
Why do you have to leave? Pirate, all the Sundowns people always leave with something. Stereophonic, my brother.
Hey, OT, how are you doing, man?
Hi, man. I'm okay. I'm scared, but I'm holding the lever.
Ish. And it must be held. This game needs calmer heads. Game needs calmer heads. But before I continue, Kidumedi Shabadi comments, Kidumedi Shadi Panele, Esvar. Let me get on to it. My worry about Kaizer Chiefs is that if Sundowns can realize that once you can pressure Kwinika and Mtetwa, you can really get back the ball without any much effort.
Yeah.
And the gap on the right hand side of Kaizer Chiefs, once Munyane presses forward, is not being exposed enough. And hey, Cardoso, I think I agree with Agent to say, hey, he's overthinking. No, he's overthinking. But one thing I could say is that calmer heads is needed in this game for both sides. I'm actually happy. Maybe I could say that the way Sundowns is scrappy is playing into Chiefs' hand. But I have to compliment that the effort that Chiefs is trying to win the game. I have to give it to Mtetwa. As shaky as he can be, he's kind of having a solid first half. Solid at best. And
Wait.
yeah,
Is it solid because Mamelodi Sundowns is playing into Chiefs' hands in terms of not forcing them to play out the ball, if that makes sense? And now you're seeing the better things, man, better characteristics. Some Ted.
spot on. So, like I said even earlier, that they're literally playing into Chiefs' hand, and we're getting those half chances from Sundowns, and yeah, like I said, calmer heads would have taken a stranglehold onto this game, and some few goals would have been scored. But unfortunately, yeah, we are here where we are, 0-0. But yeah, my worry, like I said, once you can pressurize Quinica and Mtetwa, you are bound to get possession back. And then once you expose that space that they can leave behind, especially between Quinica and Miguel, that's where Renas is most dangerous at. This is where I get scared. So that's why now I'm holding that lever to say if they don't see that, yeah. And I think
CJ, what are your changes? How do you see the game ending there in the second half?
From the Chiefs, I think we will be bringing in Ngobo. We will be bringing in. I want to see Patrice. I want to see Silva as a tall and mobile striker. I foresee Chiefs winning this game 1-0.
If you bring in Silva and you bring in Patrice, are you running? Are you crossing? What are you doing?
exactly.
I'm running and crossing.
Okay.
I think Patrice can also play as a runner, and he can also play as a supplier as well. He's got good crosses. Patrice has good crosses. He's accurate with his crosses as well. So I'll take out Duma and I'll put in Silva, and I'll take out what's his name? I'll take out Modi and I'll put in Patrice, and I'll take out Chabalala or sacrifice Nele or Ox and put in Ungwabo, just to take in that midfield and take out and put in also Userinho as well.
Okay. Agent, your changes and your prediction?
I hate doing this because he grew into the game Obasadin, but in such a rough game, I think I want to protect him. I want to bring Mudiba, for him. I want to take Jaden out for Olethaku.
Okay.
I want to take Matthews out for Umutiba. I want Renas out for Oshalulile.
Why does it feel like you and Sinje are both bringing down the handbrake? You're like, hi man, no more handbrake, no more whatever. Silbega Pansi, we're going to a high gear and we're pushing. No control.
I think it's now or never, and I think on Chiefs side, to be fair with you, Modi and Duba have to go out for Auguston and Udu Priza. I'm not sure if I want to bring Silva in at his first game, but I think Gaston for his magic, and Udu Priza for pace, I think Sundowns will win 2-0, but many, take care of Farasai.
Let me go to Stereophonic changes and prediction.
I see discipline issues. So, but I'd want to see, this is a game for Serino to at least create something, but to add speed. So we bring in Serino, bring in Dupree, and then, that's the two I see. I'd rather go for speed than trying to cross, because crossing at this stage, most often I'm not sure about Silva yet. So I'd rather have speed, and then I see a draw. Let me be that one. I see a draw.
Okay. In the comments, tell me what you guys are thinking. We are going to get into... Yes.
Yeah, I forgot to make a sub for Chiefs. I think Mteto out for Undlof. I forgot to make that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to? Okay. No. Thank you guys so much for the halftime. We have crossed 30,000. So as we get into the game, I'll let people in. Remember, I'm going to give you a minute or two to just tell me what you're thinking, and I may or may not ask you a question. This is very interesting for me, because I'm watching Mamelodi Sundowns do something that they're not used to. They're trying to play out from the back, and they're not quite getting those combinations right. They don't have enough people that are coming back to assist. I was saying now that he play out from the back, rulani, was so that you can open up spaces. You had, as Agent was saying, you had Kutsia who could drive with the ball and meet Mudiba with Alenda, and now you can open up some spaces in order to counter on the other team. But this one is kind of relying a lot on Utebza and asking him to do too much, and that's allowing Chiefs to win the ball back up high when they're pressing. When it comes to the other side, the reason why Chiefs beat Stellenbosch is because Stellenbosch does a thing where they allow Chiefs not to think on the ball. So Chiefs loves it when they can get a ball, cheat, get it all the way to the front quickly. If you allow them to hang themselves with the ball, that's where you win this game. But then Sundowns, for some reason, Adams is not quite on par. Anyway, here comes Chiefs with the crossing. It's not quite on par. So it's such an interesting game to watch, because I don't think Chiefs is playing super well. But Sundowns Anyway, we're in the second half, guys. Please remember, my timer doesn't go up to 90. So what I've done is, whatever it says on the timer, you add 45 to it, and then you'll be fine. So right now it's saying 45 seconds, which actually means it's 45 minutes, 45 seconds. So that is how it works. That is why the second is there. Currently it is 0-0. I'm going to continue with letting people come in. Please remember, give me a minute of what you are thinking and allow me to ask you a question so that we can get as many people in as we can and rotate. If it's your first time here, don't forget to follow. Don't forget to subscribe. Kaloku YouTube. The show is on every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday now at 8 p.m. But then if Chiefs, Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns, or Banyana Bafana are in action, we will be here doing this because I'm here for you. Okay, let me go to Bongs. Guys, please mute when you come in. Bongs, champ.
No, I'm going to say shalom for that shalom who didn't say shalom.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of this game? Shalom. What do you think of
I know, OT, this game, it's a bit tricky because we've seen a lot of fouls in the game. And strangely enough, seeing Motaung and Lebasadini always off position trying to attack. I don't know why Chiefs are attacking in the left.
Especially since you got a yellow card.
Yeah.
What do you think must change in the second half, Bongs?
I would have wanted to see Dupree come in as if it's his time, maybe to try and challenge Basadine, because Basadine only yellow already, and Odula Ali of possession trying to become an attacker. So now, have an attacker, Otobato a backtrack, and then it's gonna cause a foul. Yes, Oti.
Bongs, how is this game gonna end?
The 66th minute, those weird changes you always talk about, what that Sundowns does, might win us the game by a goal to nil.
Okay. Bongs, I'm going to jump in. Guys, before I let Royal CAF come in, can I just give a shout out to Marco? I think Marco has been a great player, and not in the sense of his defending that much, but the difference between Marco and Cross and Shing and some of the guys who've played in that left back position, I think in possession he's very calm and he often makes the right pass, which is something I wasn't expecting from Marco because it's not something he used to do that much at Pirates. So I think that is a very good signing that has come in there, if we can use him correctly, and if we can get him to be a 90-minute player, that could be very good for Chiefs. Anyway, let me go to Royal CAF. Royal CAF, welcome.
OT.
How are you, my brother?
Hey. It's hard time today.
You're sitting like this right now. I know.
I'm
You're sitting like this.
This is a difficult game to watch as a Kaizer Chiefs fan.
Why is it difficult?
Because I'm looking at the Kaizer Chiefs that's playing that has an advantage to the Mamelodi Sundowns that's not really at their best. And I feel like they were failing to take in the pressure. There's that edge to do quick passes, but that's
To rush,
very,
to
very
rush.
fine. Yeah, they're too harsh, And this is the game where we need composure. We need composure. We need people with a vision. I wish there was people like a Lionel Messi in this game where they would pull out that pass and break the Sundown defense, because if Sundowns makes right changes here, we are losing this game, OT. Because if Sundowns scores first, I don't think we can follow.
Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? If Chiefs scores first?
If Chiefs scores first, then we're going to do that thing of, our coach is back. He's definitely going to go for a deep blow. He's going to defend. He has a line of defense that he's going to put in there. So we're going to end the whole game defending this match. But I'm telling you, if Sundowns scores in this game, it's a game over. I don't think we will be able to handle the pressure because we know we are an underdog. That's one thing I hate, because as much as we won the 3 games, OT, but we know behind, we know inside that Sundowns is a good team, is the best team in the league, So I'm just asking for my players, can they have that a little bit of fine composure? They shouldn't be too rushing with everything, passes and everything. They're getting silly yellow cards and making silly fouls. It shows, and I'm very scared if Sundowns plays high balls into our box. I know Quinica is not good with clearing the high balls. We might get they might get a goal.
Okay.
That's my observation so far, OT.
No, Kev, thank you so much for joining. Mara Kev!
Why are you kakazeling, my brother? Relax.
Why are you kakazeling, my brother? Relax, ako. Ciao, eh? How? La panica. Patrick, are you panicking too?
I know I won yesterday. I'm not panicking. It's me. It does not matter. Either side means. Where I get Sundowns, where I get Chiefs, gaming.
Oh. Mara, as somebody who's not playing today, as somebody who's objective, Obona from this game.
Chiefs, they are laying good traps for Sundowns, pressing traps. But composure, man. Composure. These people are not composed.
Yeah.
The rush of blood. And Sundowns on the other side. Lilip was having a good time going on the right, Basadin, but he's not utilizing that. He's not pressing Basadin too much. He's not using his pace to force Basadin into mistakes.
Yeah.
If he can get more of the ball and try to push him into the box, I promise you, there's a penalty here.
Okay.
There's a penalty coming. And also, Sundowns Pirates. I know Agent will come and fight, but Sundowns, they build from the back, but there's no connection between the front, the central pairing and the back line. There's too much. There's a big gap between all the departments. Back line, central, and front. What's one? The gap is too big, and it's easier for Chiefs to set those traps for them. Because even when they set those traps, when Chiefs wins the ball, Sundowns is found wanting. I think Nabi, by watching last week game, that weekend game, he did a good job. I don't trust your coach, man. He's gonna do one. Yeah, it's an Kandos. You you will see. He's gonna make an unnecessary change.
Okay, no, but
all in all,
yeah.
I see a draw here. I see this game doing the same thing that they're doing, moving to the side and then that side, but no production, no nothing. There's no end product in both teams. So I see this game ending as one all, it or not. But if Liverpool can push Basadin, Chiefs can get more out of this game.
I want to bring in Austin Tabi. Austin Tabi. Why usiko stadium, Austin Tabi? Why usiko? Ke bole ko stadium mona jwanong.
Hantle ne ke tlameha ke bile stadium up duty, but ya ga re bo fo fela ya ba ke ferekane kutlile go thwe ke tshaba game, but it's not that matter. Ya ticket ya ka dentse ba e rekisa no jena ka di last minute ka make stadium.
O tshaba game, Austin Tabi. O tshaba game.
Au. Mara ke a bona ha o tshwane ke le stadium ne ke sa tlo e bona ka mokgwa ke e bonang ka ona jwale ga zama hai today ga zama mara he Sundowns yona ke tsebitatsi le ne ba palang because ha se Sundowns se re tsebang ye if ine le Sundowns se re tsebang maybe ka be ra bua ka bo 2 goals but it's okay ga le bua ka mokgwa ne ba dlalang ka ona ba tshware jwalo ba itse feta gona re tla nna ntse re trya fela ha re sa kgone ho fitla hantle ka ga palo bolelepo ba bapala ka tsona ka mo and then nabi yena bo sa tsebe rena ha kenye disapokeng a ke go bone hore first time ho etsa etse ha tshintse bana a kenye bo vilakazi a kenye bo serinomon maybe re tla bua ka 1 goal right now a re ntshe mo a ska tlo re tseisa ka bo maki
Austin Tabi re win a game ena or
Abdo TV re tlo win a game ena ke gola tlo ba 1-0 ntle le mono ke bona draw if ba bapala this way because Chiefs ya try go ya go batha ba fitli dipalong ba etse mezamo enough wa bona ke mang moshanyana wa ntsa tsamaye o batho a bapala o duba bapala ka pelo ha ka ofela today go batlela goal ke a bona wa zama mara
red card Austin Tabi
ha ona taba Toti o lokile mara ona zama ne re bona gona na batla go etsa leng ankere
okay Austin Tabi what is score to ba 1-0 Chiefs
ntle le mono ke draw
okay Austin Tabi ke tla go bona hape iphihle mo tshabe game it's fine
Asa next time game nna ke tse bisiki ena etswa kae pala itse re fo fela e ka ga ona motho a mfudula fela mfirikanyang
hai bare e jamai
gona ga batho ba mahe gona re muthi club mos gona ga batho ba bitso la Jesu
okay Austin
lwana no tjena re kopane le snake ha re tsebe ke snake ka po ke eng re tataze le phaba we are not
okay Austin Tabi 57 minutes in
there's no ke se khathetse le sona ona le ntho se ifuang hantle nna ke tsebe hantle
ai Austin Tabi ai tsamoi ditla ba bona qadile guys 57 minutes in Mamelodi Sundowns has brought in Aubrey Modiba, which is very interesting. Now, why this is interesting is that Chiefs was starting to attack Pasadine. Pasadine, of course, was on a yellow card. There was a penalty shout that was made, a little bit soft. There was all of that where Ulilepo was going directly at him. Modiba comes on, and while Modiba, it makes sense to bring on the left back when the left back who's got a yellow card and hasn't been playing while he's being attacked. The problem is that you still face the same defensive. Oh, Nkosiam. Oh, thank you, Kwinika. Thank you, Zita. You still face some of the same defensive problems because Modiba's not that good sales. Oh, sales just wide. Mamelodi Sundowns in that sequence wins the ball back up high. Reynolds fails to make a pass in. Ball played back, and then Sales is able to take the shot a little bit from a distance. That is what happened just there. But I was saying that Modiba is not a good defender. So if you still do the Lelepo thing and maybe have Munyane overload that side, you could probably get something. The left-hand side of Mamelodi Sundowns has always been an issue. But the problem right now that I'm seeing with Kaizer Chiefs is that they've pushed so many people forward. They're excited. And that excitement is going to catch them out. Because Marco and Munyane are now drifting. And if you leave Miguel and you leave Quinica one-on-one, 1v1, there's going to be an issue. In comes Dupreez. Dupreez poses a very interesting question for Nabi because Nabi has always played Dupreez more as a winger than as a striker. You'd want Dupreez to get in behind that defense, but there isn't much space if we're being honest. I want to look at that. Chiefs. There isn't much space. I like the idea of Dupreez running centrally, but you'll have to sort of trick Mamelodi Sundowns into doing the thing they were doing before the end of the second half. Maybe come back into the two backs of four, and then sort of pull them in where you see khoza crossing the halfway line and trigger. I don't know if they can do that, if they can trigger like that. So that's going to be very interesting. The one thing you don't want to see from a Chiefs perspective is Umorena getting on his bike, because that's going to put Marco under pressure on that side. Sundowns is trying to push up a little bit, which is very interesting, but we're 60 minutes in, guys. It is still 0-0. Sundowns has now come close to a couple of shots. Kaizer Chiefs looked a little bit stronger in the opening exchanges of this second half, but they haven't been able to really put the ball anywhere. I think Umdu, unfortunately, is a bit of a liability, guys. Umdu is a little bit of a liability. You're seeing him dropping back a little bit more, but he look trap man. They like to trap backwards, but don't trap a move instead of turning and coming in. So maybe that's where you see a Ngobo coming in to help with that. Do you know what's crazy? I've never seen Sundowns so disjointed. We always say, you tell a good team by the spaces and by the support. Sundowns, for some reason, the players are not supporting each other. They're not opening for each other. Sundowns doesn't have that movement that they normally have. Like you see, like right here, you have to wait for the other guy to cycle around instead of somebody opening, and then you lose the ball unnecessarily after that, instead of having that close to each other. That's missing from this game for some reason. It's so weird. That's why they can't play out from the back. Princess says there's no chemistry. There's no chemistry. I've seen so many back passes from a team that usually goes forward so strong. Like Abu Allen de Bas Fihlile. Sereno needs to come in to pass, to continue passes. Agent said it. They're playing for the coach. They're not playing for the coach. That might be the reason. Princess says Vilakazi must come in. West G says lack of communication. Santabo says it's quite obvious that the dressing room is a mess at Sundowns. Artivan says Sundowns has non-existent midfield today. Nero says how can there be unity where there's no unity? The players aren't okay mentally. I hear you, but this for me, Sundowns has never been a spontaneous team for me. They've always been well coached and well drilled. So that's why I'm questioning things like them playing up from the back, because you usually see with Sundowns, you bring this guy, you're pulling this guy in, it goes back to Williams, there's a guy who comes in behind you and he wins the ball, and then you start building the ball up from there. But like there's no rhyme or reason as to why they're playing out the ball from the back, for example, or the way that they're doing it. You look at, again, the spaces. It's very weird to see a Sundowns player isolated. You don't normally see that, right? You don't normally see a player trap a ball and have to take on a player 1v1 like that normally. That's not what happens. So this Sundowns team, for some reason, I could say, I don't want to see Dupreez in defense. Dupreez, just stand with the last defender. Just stand with the... What's the point of having all the pace in the world when you have to start a run from the 6 instead of starting the run from the centre back? Hi, anyway. Naledi says, this is not the FIFA World Cup. This is not the FIFA World Cup, Sundowns. There's no way. Sundowns number 5 this season, says Patrick. Yeah, Chiefs is dominating the midfield. Something is not good. Khosi Mampur. Bongs, wareke Khosi Mampur. Wareke Khosi Mampur. Bongs, what do you see? What do you see?
No. Change Abasadini Kabonane. But now you're taking out a bad player, bringing in a good player. And then taking out a bad player who was playing good. And putting in a bad player who's even worse in the same position. Chiefs should just be attacking that position. Yes, labor on attack. Maybe it's time now that I get the right side to you because Barikemang, number 27,
Moren.
Lena Oratoto off position. Chiefs should just take the left and the right because now Sundowns are forever off position. And with the introduction, yeah, Dupree cannot something as if say pace high. You are right always saying why I am at one about to annually pace on a 6 atama about attack.
Yes. Bongs, is there going to be space here? Because it seems like Chiefs has decided to sit back a little bit. Do you think that Itokhona Sundowns khunka advantage of that, or is it gameplay na Chiefs or Baba Kreka counter maybe?
For Chiefs, it's about patience. For Sundowns, they are not thinking about attacking right now because the type of football it's not the type of football as football supporters. Yes, OT.
Okay, Bongs.
So Kaizer Chiefs might come with a counter attack if Dupree stays in a 6 the way we want it.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
OT.
Bongs, I want to bring in Kumo. Kumo, welcome. What do you think of the game? 66 minutes in.
Thank you. I'm so bored. It's like I'm watching the derby.
Kumo.
No, man. I don't know what's happening. Maybe we should ask parents where they buy their eggs because of Wabereke. I don't know what's wrong with Sundowns nowadays. What's happening? Are we on a goal slow? Yo, guys. Adams Atikuze. But Reinas Atikuze, we've got people on the bench who can do better.
Yeah.
I feel like this game needs the young boys because they want to prove themselves. I would rather have such people who are going to make mistakes but actually fight for the badge in terms of this game. It's like a routine, mundane, Wednesday night football. I appreciate, look at this. This game was sold out twice and the fans came from all over Gauteng. Is this what they're supposed to do?
On a Wednesday.
Guys. About it serious. The next thing, Aruloya Habari Stadium, bo agent, what's the family meeting, Baromaya, Lebo Mamma. That's all. They're bored, guys. I'm bored. I don't even know Roko Tomaga because everything is downhill. Or Tomagadi tactics, or Tomagadi ball retention. I'm trying to look. Now I'm a guy who likes to look at the positive side of things. I'm bored. I don't know what to say, man. So let me see. I want to was Mara. Yeah. Even if my banner comes in answer Williams, it's fine. Anything is fine. When I got something different, come go game. But you know what, ne?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to use the F word, which is fatigue. I grow hard.
Yeah.
So I don't know what needs to happen because of dog. I think like OT. What can I
okay, cool. Let me bring in Sentabo. Sentabo, tell me about this game.
OT mfethu grand baba.
I'm holding the lever, my brother. I'm holding the lever.
I can see how minyile fanda. Yeah, anyway mfethu, starting with, let me start where people will not like me to start mfethu.
Okay.
We have to be honest here. We go to last year. For the first 3 games, Chiefs did well. No? This season, for the first 3 games, Chiefs did well. But you still see the same pattern as last year. You come to the hour mark, Chiefs declines. The last game Chiefs won, it won it out of individuals, not out of the team effort. Ne? You go to the second last game, which is the second game that Chiefs played. Chiefs played good, but 70th minute they started to decline. So the same problems the last year, they are still there.
Is it a decline or is it subs? Because someone wasn't here last game, and the subs were made 45th minute and they made sense. Is it a case of that?
Hence I put the element of individuals. The only thing last year was the bench was not that good. But truly speaking, the system is not Ayiko Uti. So Nabi has to find the better fitting system, because manje, as we speak, Chiefs is trying to play, but you don't have the personnel to play. You have the personnel to counter. At the time when the energy goes down, you now find people like Abu Dupris going as deep as 6. When they are supposed to be up there and take opportunity in Modi and all that. So they have to find the identity. We come to Sundowns. Sundowns has made the biggest mistake that they will regret. They brought in Cardoso after Cardoso embarrassed them with Esperance and knocked them out in the semis.
Yeah.
Cardoso defended the whole game and attacked just once, and he knocked them out. And they thought, this is the guy who can put us in the finals because we are failing in the semis. But they failed to check, how does he play as opposed to our philosophy? So at this moment, Sundowns now, it does not have identity. Ngoba Cardoso wants to absorb pressure and attack. So it does not fit the whole system that is there. So it's troublesome. But then if Chiefs will get that spark, that identity, this is how we are playing. As we speaking, now they are bringing Abu Maboye. Maboye, they are playing Amanok 1-2. You have Uduba. Duba is a director, bruh. So on such, you need a counter-attacking team, not to bring in Umaboye, because again, that's another contradiction. You have the personnel, but then your personnel cannot come together because of different styles of play. Dupri is coming from Stellenbosch. He is Kuta Baba. And then you get Dilepo. Dilepo is coming from France. He's a striker. He's a box striker. But then now we find him in the wing most of the time. You had Maurice. He's a box striker. You get me. So it's mixed match. They have to find the identity.
Okay.
They have to find an identity. You have Utrele. Utrele is good, but Utrele needs someone who will protect him and who will gel him with him better than Mtetwa, because Mtetwa is coming with debris. Mtetwa Mfetu, he's a number 5 that plays number 6. So it's mixed match. You have Munyani. Munyani does not play like Cross. So you have an all-attacking right back, but then you have a very defensive left back. So they have to find the identity. It's killing them.
No,
so I get why they scored
very quickly.
0-0. Yeah.
Okay. No, Sentabo, thank you so much. Are Sentabo. The problem is that you're trying to mix things that can't be mixable, says Sentabo. Patrick, what are you saying? 73 minutes in, it is still 0-0.
As I can't shebeletse wrestling ya batho ba khutshwane ne ene ba zamana mele top rope. Yo. Yo.
Yeah, Patrick, you can go on.
Mara no. Ke batla go thatsa makhosi. Sundowns e di changes tsa bona tsa ntere di tseba. They've made their changes, the ones that we know. So Chiefs has a chance now to score.
Mara
Because
le
these
Chiefs
changes that Cardozo, Sabo Mutiba.
Mara le Chiefs ikentse batho
But
fela.
they, Mara Mutiba. Aye, Mutiba nai. Aye. Kamane bana linto. Kimang. Morena kaman. Haba ka presa morena itona lo hotu.
Yeah.
Orana fella with no purpose. Orana with no purpose. Yeah, not shame. Ubi easy. The whole game you see him busy, but there's nothing that is giving you. So
Yeah.
more than now. I said earlier on, I said draw 1-1, but I see Chiefs scoring the last minute. Monan. Cardoso we enter into the game. Expected to play it. Okay, these changes the height as in sense. Reclabana Chiefs score no. Out of the
Okay.
blue, Sereno is gonna score here.
Okay. Are Patrick in two short people trying to climb the top rope, Mara Patrick. Let me bring in Big Brother. Big Brother, welcome. Hey, Big Brother, tell me about this game, man.
I gave me it's too cold, man. It's too cold. It's very cold. And
Yeah.
the only thing Elongori it's helping us Roda ko chlorocop ko re na bo khutlile. Otherwise Yusuf natoro black sam. Natoro black sam. Re thabetse vele hore na bo khutlile. Monna. Mara game yona is not it's not very appetizing. I don't
Yeah.
know what kind of football we are currently playing as Sundowns. And you know, the good thing is that should we lose here or draw, I sent you a very hot letter that it's open letter addressed to Hlopi Motsepe, you know, to say this guy over Fleming back. You saw it,
Yeah.
ne? I sent you in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, guys, let's be honest. Fleming back is not doing the best for Sundowns. And I did mention on the letter, you can't be bringing us a North Africa coach. And North Africa teams, they don't play soccer on merit. They play soccer on mind games and hooliganism, you see. So you bring him here, he doesn't have record of winning. And no, you know, Cardoso must go and Fleming Beck must also go, you know. Really sharp, Kabo Trotmuloto and other guys, you know, that were looking after our team. But now, now we have changed. We're becoming the weakest team ever, you know, with such a great performance at the world thingy. And then now we're coming up to this, and they wanna blame on player fatigue. Chicho, tell me, how are the players going to perform when they can perform, and then at the end of the day, when they're supposed to go to other teams, and then they're being blocked? That thing affects players' psychology, you know. How do you not take Uloch from Widad when he performed so well against Man City, you know, and other teams that Widad played with, and then now you want to leave us someone who's not even doing anything, Matthews, who misses all the clear chances all the time. I know Fleming back, no.
Well,
Must go.
do
But
you
as for this
think
game,
do you think he can be saved
yeah.
though? Do you think he can be still saved this season?
I don't think so because now the supporters from different branches, we are actually making noise, and this is not just a noise. You will see also in my letter that the noise it's got points. We are not
Okay.
only saying they should fire, but we're giving solutions to say if we have a player who served us with distinction like Ribeiro, why do we have to block him? Flemingberg is only focusing on his what do you call this thing, commission, you know, to want to sell
Okay.
players at a very high price. I mean, Motsepe mentioned when they were renewing his sponsorship, CAF, he's not running Sundowns for profit. It's a philanthropic project run by the family of the Motsepe Foundation. So we can train players and then become proud that we develop world-class players that goes and play overseas. Not that we should
Okay.
sell them for free, but let's open up for them so that even the other players that are remaining here, they can have that oomph of wanting to be the best and then also knowing that Sundowns will open the gap for them to go play overseas, then we can get other players. How does it feel for Mokwena, for maybe Alende, for all the players to see Kurisom Dao going through whatever is going? Is it an issue of money? Is it an issue of the fact that maybe Fleming Beck doesn't want to sell him cheap because he want to focus on his profit? How does that affect the psychology of the players? Because all of them, they get
Yeah.
into this game to better their life, you see.
But for
they
time,
must
I'm going to have
really
to
look at
jump in.
that.
For
Yes,
time,
yeah.
I'm going to have to jump in, but I think we'll have a conversation, a proper conversation on one of the normal show days.
Definitely.
Guys, 79 minutes. Jero, tell me about the game.
Let's see. Hello?
Hello, Jero, I can hear you.
Yeah, we spoke on Monday, OT, about this. At
Yeah.
least now you can agree with me. You cannot, sometimes it's a ball playing team. You cannot have players in the midfielder who are not ball players. You cannot have Mokwena in the midfield and Adams. They're not ball playing. They are defensive base. Mindset here. That's the reason why we always had Umayema and Umkulisi on the bench to rescue izinto ezikanje. There's no one who's carrying the ball here. There's no one who's advancing play here. Because every time now, we're starting the ball at the back. Umkwena cannot stand with the ball. And there's no one supporting him. Usales is not a number 10. He's failing to do that job for a number 10 to come deep in the midfield and collect the ball from the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
We spoke about this, and when you were saying no, you were making your points on Monday, but at least now you can see.
Oh, yeah, man,
No,
I'm not saying anything, me.
You were defending this guy.
I wasn't. I was saying that the record is the record, whether we want to believe it or not.
I told you, Gutina, we don't care about the record. Tina, we want to watch football. I told you. And we're not watching football now. Now, in the bench, you don't have all players. You bring in Opas. So it's the same thing as Mkwen. You might as well look to keep. Maybe it's for NH. But what's the difference between Opas and Mkwen? There's no difference. Even in a national team, they don't play together because they're the same. You get the same thing from them. You bring in Umapena not fitting him. You bring him Motobi, we're not playing long balls to him. So what's the point? You might as well put Sharuli. He's a proven goal scorer. Eh? What's the point of all of these subs if you're not gonna play into advantage? Yeah. Now Motobi Mote play long balls then. Change the tactic and play long balls. You're still trying to play from the back, but you don't have players who are comfortable on this team. Tatu Lokunju Mutiba and Ecclesimas tuck in the midfield when we're trying to play from the back and create 3 in the midfield. But you're not doing that. Lokunju White, Tilapa, Moren is white, Motiba is white. The only person who's coming from the midfield, Mokwena, he's isolated.
Yeah.
So how are you gonna play like that? You might as well take khoza and put him in the midfield. He's comfortable on the ball. He can turn. He can pick a pass and put Libusa rather than putting Opas.
Okay.
He's just gonna keep on knocking it back every time, knocking it back. He's not gonna turn with the ball.
For time, I'm gonna jump in.
I must stop defending this coach. Please defend. This guy must go.
I'm not defending to be now.
No. Okay, I'm angry. I'm pissed off. Okay.
I know, Podani, guys. I want to play really fast. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm grateful, man.
Mina gimnandi, man. 83 minutes. Uti
Hey, I'm not gonna speak much about the coach and the players, but hey, I'm worried about Sundowns, man. I'm actually worried for the national team and if I can put it like that. I'm looking at the first half. Sundowns, they were playing like they wanted a draw, man. I want a team that there's no movement in between the lines. There's no movement up front. Chiefs is playing, I think it's a mid-low block in my opinion. If you want to break such things, low block, mid-low blocks, you need to move the ball a little bit quicker. So now, if you move the ball at walking pace, how then are you going to break the lines? Because at the end of the day, what you will do is then you'll rely on long balls, which is something that is not working for Mamelodi Sundowns. Another thing, this thing of not having a natural 10, it's a problem. I was talking to some Mamelodi Sundowns fans, and they were telling me that this midfield trio is the same trio that used to beat teams 4 last season. I think teams have caught up now. This thing of not having a natural 10 in the midfield is limiting Mamelodi Sundowns' creativity, because right now they can't initiate an attack.
Do you think it's a lack of a natural 10 or a lack that false 9-ish thing that Ribeiro was doing?
Either way,
just that area.
I think there's nobody in the red zone. When I'm saying the red zone, the spaces that the number 10 would usually occupy. This guy, Ribeiro, used to find himself in those positions, in as much as he would start at the right wing, but then he would come inside as a 10, and then he would cause a lot of threat there. Right now, hey, we need to have a proper conversation about Allende, man. I love Allende, but hey, what type of 8 is he? Is he... Because what is his GNA? Because every time he's not joining into the box, he's not taking shots, he's not assisting, he's not scoring enough goals for me for an 8. Yes, he's a good player, international player. I love him to death, but we need to really have a proper conversation about Allende, man. Like, he needs to improve. Because I feel like right now his game has a ceiling. He's not improving. All he does well is, and I will give him credit for this, he makes his Mamelodi Sundowns play. But as an 8, he needs to have a higher GNA than he has. As I close, the last player that we need to have a proper conversation about from the Kaizer Chiefs perspective is Ulilep. I'm not sure what the coaches are seeing him, but what I don't like about him is unqabela uMonyane to occupy that right-hand side, because he doesn't tuck in. So now uMonyane doesn't overlap. He ends up underlapping, which is, uMonyane is not good at underlapping. He's one player that is very good at overlapping. So now how is he going to overlap when Ulilepo is always sitting on the line? And then when Kaizer Chiefs are making a substitution, they take Ulilepo, they make him as a 9. Why Ningamqalisi at 9 and then play a right winger, like a natural right winger in that position, who will understand that sometimes you need to come in and add numbers in the box so that Umonyane will be able to bring in macrosses, because we all know Chiefs is not a ball playing team. For now, I see they are trying to do that, but they are not a ball or a position based team. They are a team that against the Sundowns, they will play on the counter. If there is a chance for a cross, you need to bring that cross in. But now, how are you going to bring a cross when Lilepo is hugging the line and he's one of the tallest players in the team? He needs to join in the box so that when Bomonyane are bringing in crosses, Bomaka are bringing crosses, he's one player to cause a threat there.
Okay, no. Fancy for time, I'm going to jump in. Bongs.
OT,
87 minutes. Yeah.
I just wanted to ask, did we survive a bullet there from Miguel or what?
No. I think it was very soft.
Was he not pulled or anything?
I think it was very soft. I think he over exaggerated it.
So it was a dive actually?
It seemed like it for me, but I'm not sure.
So it should have been a yellow card then?
It could have been. It's up to the ref.
Anyway, we are trying and they've made their weird subs, but we are not taking our chances. It's gonna end in a draw, this one.
Okay. No, guys, Bongs, it's gonna end in a draw, but is it because of Chiefs getting better, or is it because of Sundowns playing bad? Who gets more of the praise here?
I'd say Sundowns is not playing up to standard. Like everyone has been saying, this is not the Sundowns we used to know. By now, you know how Sundowns is. When Sundowns is very good, it can destroy you. But I know icon. And I cannot blame what's happening in their camp because there are many things there telling in their camp. People are fighting for salaries, money and stuff. So it's affecting them at Dvoroko Pukwa. This is why Sundowns is not playing well. And for Kaizer Chiefs, they decided to improve as a team, get new players, and try and play better than last season. Because I think they don't want to finish at 9th position again.
Yeah. Okay. Zita Kwinika is on the attack. Oh, I've never seen this. This game is broken down. Oh, hey, thank goodness Sundown sucks. Okay, do you know what's interesting? This is the interesting thing that I've heard from everybody now. We're speaking about Allende, we're speaking about Mokwena, we're speaking about all of those things. And this is where something I always speak about is coming to light here. The thing that I always speak about, especially with Sundowns, is that the Sundown system has always been crafted to hide the mistakes that players have, hide their weaknesses, and improve their strengths. The reason why Allende has a lot to do, and we're asking questions, is because they've changed Allende's role, and they've given him more responsibility than he's had previously. I've spoken previously about the Rulani chameleon. Mudiba goes into the midfield. Kutsia drops in to make it a 3 when they're defending. It makes sure that Mudiba's defensive frailties are not taken advantage of, and he can go in and do the thing that he likes to do with passing the ball. You look at Allende. Allende is used to having a midfield, even under Caruso last season, that had Mokwena in the middle, that had Tshwane in the middle, that still had a Mudiba maybe sometimes. So he wasn't asked to play a lead role. He was asked to be a support player. But now a lot of these players are being asked to play lead roles, and you're starting to see some of their frailties. Cross played in, Sundowns just can't get there. They're trying very hard to get there with the crosses. So what's basically happening here is, even when you think about what Ulefatso was speaking about with the number 10 role, the number 10 role allowed Sundowns to cheat, because the number 10 was being played by a member of the front three. Ribeiro was essentially playing a 10, which meant that you had an extra midfielder inside of midfield when you were playing the ball. And then you'd have sort of a front two wide. If you're playing a traditional front three, you lack a player in the middle. And now Allende has to make up for that extra man without having support. But then also, Utebza can't do what Tebza does, where he goes a little bit forward, he plays a little bit positive, and he wins. He wins that game, he shoots. He can play bodyguard up top. Can Chiefs steal it here? Where he plays bodyguard up top. And now, shot there. The defensive frailties of Sundowns. I spoke about that build up from the back lacking something. It's lacking something because you've got Reyners, you've got Matthews, you've got Adams, and nobody knows how to come back and fetch the ball. Nobody knows how to come back. Even now, what's killing Sundowns right now is that they made this game ping pong. The one thing you don't do is play ping pong with Chiefs, because that's what Chiefs loves. They love the disorganization of a game. When it's disorganized, Modi's on the right-hand side at some point, Lilepo's now in the middle, but then you're seeing Kwinika pushing up almost into a 10 position to take shots. You're seeing all of this happening. That's what Chiefs loves. Chiefs are masters of chaos. So what I said at the beginning of the second half was, Sundowns needs to allow Chiefs to hang itself if they want to win this game. Don't go pound for pound with them. Don't let them get excited. Make sure that Mtetwa is the one who's playing the ball out from the back. Be patient with how you're going to press. But now they've taken out the guys. Look at what's happening now. I still don't understand the Mutiba change. Because if you're going to play ping pong, why take off Reyners? If you're going to play transitional football, Mothiba can't play transitional football. And we've only seen 1 or 2 crosses that are coming into Mothiba if that is how you want to finish the games. So that's why I'm like, there's a little bit of dysfunction and there's a little bit of weirdness, man. Kadi subs, man. I don't know what's happening with Cardoso and his team, but the subs, something there is just off. And it played into Chiefs' hands. This is what Chiefs wants, man. Do you know how you kill Chiefs? You kill Chiefs by, you don't even press them. You do a half press. And you just wait for them to give you back the ball because they can't play the ball up. But like I said, this is going to be a draw. The game is done, 0-0. Kaizer Chiefs hang on for a point, or Sundowns hang on for a point. Kaizer Chiefs looked a lot more livelier than what Sundowns looked like. I think both teams are struggling. Some of the patterns that we saw from Nabi when he had left and coming back, we're still seeing here. The subs that are just subs for the sake of making subs and trying to bring energy into the game instead of changing tactically. You look at Cardoso, I think it's all over the place. Modiba comes on, Mutunyela comes on, you've got Mothiba coming on, and you still can't tell the pattern as to what they want to do in order to finish off these games, which is very weird to me, right? Both of these teams had their flaws. If I can look for players that put their hands up, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry to Umako. Umako played, guys. Umako played, guys. Umako played. I'm actually shocked by him. You look at Munyani again, putting up a very good performance. Lilepo at times looked a little bit threatening. You look at the Sundown side, I don't know. I think Sales tried a little bit there towards the end, but it just wasn't coming together. I'm going to let the members come and finish off here. Agent, tell me about this game.
Oti, you still don't believe me when you see the signs. He's not gonna do an interview.
Is that the signs?
You know the signs, and especially with this North Africans or Europeans. Once they start doing this, once
Tyler, mute.
Okay, you took our support, but
they do now. Mute. Yep, agent.
Yeah, like I'm saying, it's very sad, because personally I loved Cardoso. It's not like Mangoba where with Mangoba I loved him, and then towards the end when I said he's going, I wasn't sure about him. With Cardoso, Shem, I love the coach, but I think international break, he's not coming back.
Heban. Okay.
He's not, and what I can tell you for sure is I think the papers are prepared. The new coach, there's no work permit, no nothing. He's gonna come back and work, which is sad, man. And again, which raises the question, are we becoming a mercenary team where the coach comes in, expected to do what he wants to do, get us what you can, and then you leave? Interesting, and it'll be very interesting to see who replaces him, again. But on the game, a draw, fair result, I think. A bit of a dull affair, expected better. It's not coming from a place of a hate or anything. Umabena is -1 when he comes in. He's
young. He's young.
Let him go play DDC there with his mates. Yeah. Once you're in this game, I must treat you like an adult now, but I think it was a wrong sub for to bring on Mabena because it doesn't give you anything. I expected to bring Shalulile. As I'm saying, when you're losing, and it's very sad. I'm very sad when you're losing your thought process. The Shalulile Mothiba combination. How many times have you seen it working? Glimpses of it. I thought he would bring Mothiba and Shalulile at the same time. And if there's a player that loves scoring against Chiefs, it's Shalulile. You know, yeah, man. But Chiefs, I think a good point for them. But yeah, man. Sad ending. Sad ending. Carlos is gone. Carlos is gone. Yeah.
Let me bring in Tyler. Tyler, close it off for me. Tyler, what did you see?
Yeah. I'm glad he's here. Remember when they hired Cardoso? I told him, agent, that this guy, you're not going anywhere with this guy. I watched his first 5 games. I was like, nah. Yeah, you're not going anywhere. Yeah. He's good. He was the one who was saying Cardoso is, yeah, I like him and he's good. He's excellent. The way he reads the game. Now, all of a sudden now, Cardoso is no longer good.
Yeah.
Agent. Yeah.
Good. Just because yesterday it was rainy doesn't mean today. When you say he's not raining outside, how?
Okay.
This is when I talk, OT. We love this game. We know how to analyze this game. OT, I love the fact that Chiefs could match Sundowns, pound to pound. Chiefs looks very solid from the back. The introduction of Marco and Munyana is an exceptional player, guys. He keeps improving every game he plays, you know. He provides so much balance going up and down. Good covers. Marco, very solid. Good performance. I can't wait to have Dudley in and McCarthy just to take Kunika out. Hey, Kunika, guys. Kunika is one of those players, when he plays, you wonder, how did you make it to professional football? Like, basics, man. Basic passing, tapping. Yeah, the balance in the midfield. I just wish they can get a midfield that can hold the ball, you know, and just hold the ball a little bit. And because if you look at Ox, whenever you give him the ball, the first thing he thinks about is passing. He doesn't scan, he doesn't read, you know, and his body, you watch his body when he receives the ball, the side where he's facing is where he's gonna pass. I think there's still that creative gap in the middle of the park. Cabo is very solid. Lilepo, they just need he needs a little bit of coaching. You know, you need a South African coach, man, that can coach him properly, because he looks like a proper player. You know, Shabalala, not a good game by him. Ulendoga there on the right hand side. More Detroit. Sundowns, I see what this coach was talking about. They're really tired, guys. Those guys are tired.
Aye.
Serious. Serious.
Aye.
Serious. Those guys are tired. In the middle of the park, Tebza is tired. He was nowhere to be found. What's his name? Allende, nowhere to be found.
Is it tired or is it positional? Guys.
And there's now the coaching is now you are clear now. This coach do not know what to do with this team. You know, he took over and he took over a particular game from Rulani, and he tried to incorporate his style. But now it's clear now, you know, that this guy doesn't know what he's doing. And the fact that you complain about fatigue, but you're releasing players at the same time, players that can help you, you know. So yeah, man, I don't think this season, if they play like this, I don't think they will take a league this season, unfortunately.
Okay. No, for time I'm going to jump in. Guys, like I said, I don't usually stay after these matches, especially now. So if you want my thoughts, they're going to be out in about an hour and a half on YouTube. All I'll say is I think this was a funny game because there were lots of mistakes that both of the teams made, but also both of the teams couldn't take advantage. Mamelodi Sundowns was caught a lot in possession when they were trying to play the ball up. Abu Tebza were losing the ball quite a bit in those sets. which is funny because Kaizer Chiefs also, when Sundowns took a step forward, they were also winning the ball back quite a bit from Abo Mtetwa, from mistakes from the defense. But it's a game where both teams couldn't really take advantage, and both teams lost it when it comes to the subs. I think the subs just made it a back and forth open game. And sometimes an open game can be very exciting, but sometimes it can be boring because there's no plan to get forward. I still don't understand why Caruso doesn't use Abo Sales, Nabo Reynas, Nabo Matthews to their strengths. I don't know why they slow down the ball that much, especially when they know that those guys are running players. And then when it comes time to run, they put in Abo Mutiba. So it's a very interesting thing. When it comes to Kaizer Chiefs, I don't understand why coach likes to make these subs. Sometimes, even when it's not working out, he likes to just make subs blapa, which is something that we didn't see, funny enough, from the first 3 games. They were actually pretty tactical. So, a game that was 2 teams that played against each other, that looked each other in the eyes, but nobody was able to get the points. I think it's a fair result. I think both teams were equally problematic. But guys, my thoughts will be out. Thank you to everybody that joined. Thank you to everybody that followed. If you have not followed, please follow. I'm going to be back on Friday. We're going to do a preview of the weekend's action. Guys, for those who don't know, the show is on every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then, of course, if Chiefs, Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns, Bafana, Banyana are in action, we will be here also. This is a show for you guys, so you can jump in. If you want to watch any of the shows back, they are available in full on YouTube, as well as my own thoughts, my podcast, my reviews, all of that, where you can hear what I'm thinking. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. 0-0. Kosi stays unbeaten. Bye, everyone. Well, same as Sundowns, but bye, everyone.